Ever wonder how a Hawaii street got its name? Well, every Thursday, we have our Aloha Authentic segment to bring awareness to Hawaii's culture. In this morning's segment, Kamaka Pili takes us to a street on Hawaii Island named after a volcano that's been getting a lot of attention lately. Here he is.
Aloha mai, it's Kamaka Pili. We're here on the island of Hawaii in the moku of Hilo and in the ahupua of Waiakea to talk to you about this very busy street in Hilo town known as Kilauea Avenue, getting its name from one of the world's most active volcanoes and one of 5 that make up this island known as Kilauea. Now, even in the time that we're recording this video, Kilauea has been erupting for the past 2 to 3 weeks consistently, making this time that we're living in very historic. Now, in our Hawaiian stories, the goddess of the volcano and fire, whose name is Pele, is known to live and call Kilauea her home. Now, the story also shares she tried to make home in other islands as she moved through the island chain north to south, trying to find a nice fiery pit where she can call her own. But she's always been in this consistent battle with one of her sisters by the name of Namako Kahai. And every time she tried to make this fiery pit, her sister would flood her out with water. So now she made her way to Kilauea, and that's where she resides today. Did you know? Now you do.
And joining us now with more on Kilauea Avenue on Hawaii Island is Kamaka Pili. Good morning again.
Good morning. Aloha.
Aloha. So what are the 5 volcanoes that make up Hawaii Island?
So if we're going from oldest to youngest, the oldest is Kohala, which is over 1 million years old. Then there's Mauna Kea, which is about 1 million years old. There is Hualalai, which is about 800,000 years old or so. Mauna Loa, which is about 700,000 years. And then the youngest one, the most active, Kilauea, which is about 3 to 600,000 years old.
So it's the youngest volcano on Hawaii Island. The most active. And I like how you mentioned all the names that people might not even realize, like Hualalai. I know where that is, right? But that's actually a volcano.
If we think about it, all our mountains are pretty much volcanoes. You know, even here on Oahu, Ko'olau, and Waianae, when you think of it being a volcano, then it's like, oh wow, they're volcanoes. That's great. It's pretty cool.
Now, a lot of people know Hawaii Island as the Big Island, and people might be wondering, why is there an island that's the same name as the state, Hawaii Island?
Yeah, so this is a story that I was told, is going back to King Kamehameha the Great, and we've done a segment on that, that the fact that he was the ali'i who conquered all the islands and united us under one kingdom, that the state got its name from the island that he came from, Hawaii Island. So if King Kamehameha came from Oahu, the state may have been known as Oahu, the state of Oahu instead. So it's pretty cool to think about it that way as well.
And I'm not sure, how do people feel about it being called the Big Island? Is that okay? Do you
I know, talking to my parents, they were raised, you know, that's kind of how it was used a lot in those days. So they rather say Big Island because it's more of that younger feeling. Nowadays, I know with this whole push for speaking Olelo Hawaii or Hawaiian language more and using proper names, nowadays there's a push to use Hawaii Island more, but there's not a bad thing with using Big Island.
So it's not offensive?
No.
Okay. Another question, with all the lava flowing in Kilauea, a lot of people are saying that that's Madame Pele or Tutu Pele being angry. What are your thoughts about all of this?
In the cultural sense, the element of lava is doing what the element of lava does. So Tutu Pele, in that sense, is really just doing what she does. I don't see her as being angry. You know, there is a lot of negative to this and unfortunate situations, but the fact that Mother Nature just does what Mother Nature does, it's part of life. And I think looking at it that way, it's really historic times that we're living in. We're actually living in times where our islands are continuing to grow, where, you know, the last time the volcano had erupted was in the 80s or so. So from that time till now, there hasn't been very much activity like that. So to think of it as we're living in these historic times today is a good perspective, I think.
I mean, that's how the islands are growing. That's how they're formed, and it's all part of our existence.
Yeah,
basically.
and I watched Mayor Kim talk about that yesterday. Through this destruction comes new life, and the way that he put it was such a humbling way to look at it. So I think that was really cool for him to say that.
Okay, and you spent some time on Hawaii Island recently, and next week you're going to share
We're going to be talking about Kino'ole Street. So within the next couple weeks, we'll be staying on Hawaii Island to capture some of the stories from there.